Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody on this beautiful Thursday evening? Um, so I like to call it Friday Eve. Oh shoot, sorry. Thing fell. Okay. How's everybody this Friday Eve? Hello, welcome back for my new series, Level Up Your Launch, Lessons Learned. I hope everybody's doing well. Let me just take a pause and say I hope everybody's doing well. I know that my allergies have really been, cutting up. I'm in Ohio, and I guess there's some fires in Canada, and so the air quality has been really bad. So I just want everybody who has allergies to know we're not suffering alone. We're all in this together. So take an extra pill and get some good night's sleep. So just want to acknowledge that that is going on. Sometimes it feels better when you know that you're not the only one dealing with something. But welcome back to my new series, Level Up Your Launch Lessons Learned. I've been working with clients for a few years and seen some of the same mistakes made over and over, time and time again. And I thought, what better time than now to share some of those with you? As my grandfather says, every lesson learned doesn't have to come from a lesson made. It's best when you can learn from someone else and avoid making the mistake on your own. So this is a four-part series, and tonight is part two. It's called Level Up During Your Layover. If you missed part one, it was called Stick to Your Plan, and it aired Tuesday night. Please go back, catch it, get all caught up after this tonight. It was all about making and sticking to your launch plan. So we're just going to jump right in because I have some really good stuff to share with you tonight about how to level up during your layover. So the layover is actually the time in between your launches. So if you're a coach and you have a group coaching program, you have a membership based subscription based memberships program, you have a book and you're launching it. It's that time in between those sales activities. Okay. I like to call it the launch layover. Kind of like when you're flying and you get you have to sit somewhere for a few minutes before you get on the next plane, hopefully a few minutes. But believe it or not, what you do during your launch layovers is just as important as what you're doing during the launch. Okay. The sales process does not start when you start the launch. The sales process is ongoing, it never stops. And so it's very important to know that you have to be just as prepared during your launch layovers as you are during your launches. Please type launch layover in a chat if you're ready for me to jump in and share the three things with you tonight that you should be doing in the time between your launch events. And if you're catching this on the replay, hit hashtag RP and same thing, say you're ready. So, like I said, there's three things we're going to talk about tonight. The first thing that you should be doing during your launch layover is you should be growing your audience. Okay. If you did your launch well, if you did what you were supposed to do, then part of your audience was converted into clients. So, guess what? You need some more people in your audience for the next launch. You need to use the time in between the launches to pull new people into your pipeline or your nurture sequence. And you need also take that time to move some other people further along. Whether we want to admit it or not, everyone that you send an email, extend an invite, friend along the way has or is in your pipeline. Sometimes you meet someone and that's not someone who needs what you have, but you build relationships, you get to know people, and that may be someone who sends you referrals. It may be someone that you can do a collaboration with. It may be someone that becomes part of an affiliate program that you have. Okay? So you you want to make sure that you're constantly pulling people in to grow your audience, because unless you want to run a feast or famine business, and that means that feast or famine means that you go out and you do all the work and you get people to sign up and then you're not doing anything, so you work with these clients and then they're gone, and then guess what, there's no one there, so you got to go out and you start all over again, and then you get some new clients. And so you're going from months of income to months of no income, months of income. And I don't know about anybody else, but that's the one thing that I do like about a 9 to 5. I like knowing that every other Monday it's going to be some money in the bank. So as a coach, it's very important that you constantly know that you're going to be having income coming in. So you want to make sure that you keep people in your pipeline, that you're constantly growing that pipeline. Okay. So for those of you who don't want to feast or famine, drop in the chat right now, pipeline. We're going to grow the pipeline. All right. So you're always going to be looking for new leads so that you can grow your audience. That's the first thing. Okay. The second thing that you want to do during your layover, and it comes so naturally after growing your audience, is that you just want to love on the leads that you have. I was actually talking to somebody earlier today, and they have so many leads that I don't even know if they need to have another launch event right away, because there's so many people that they can follow up with that may just need a conversation. They may just need some clarification about what it is that they do. They may simply just need to know which program that you have do I need? At what level do I need you? But we can't know that if you don't take the time and talk to those people. So in between your launches, after you've done your sales calls, after you've got everybody registered, you want to take some time and just love on the people that are there. Some people will be very fresh to the game. They're going to be getting to know you. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are. You ain't got to be, that kind of tell them, but share with them who you are. Share what you do. Show them the benefits of what you do. Get to know them. You need to be able to build that know, like, and trust factor. Because we all know people buy off of emotion, not off of facts. People will buy something from you just because they connect with you. Okay. Example of that is that sometimes I have events that I go to. And, previous to this, I had a different business. I ran a store, and my mom was very supportive in that and everything. But now she goes with me. And my mom at first did not understand all of this. My mom is the type of person that she's so technologically challenged, it's hysterical. She called me over and say, this thing that you move in a circle is not moving on my screen. And I'm like, your mouse? And then she gets offended and says, I don't have mice in my house. I don't know why. And I'm like, it's going to be okay. I'll be there in a minute to fix it. But I'm saying all that to say people buy from emotion. So if we go to an event and say I have to go in a room and do a presentation, my mom mans my table. I literally have come back from I was recently at a small business expo in Detroit. I came back to a line of 8 to 12 people. Okay, you know why? Because my mom didn't know what to say, but she was so excited, and she could tell her version of how I can work with systems and how I make life easier. That these people were excited. And when I got back, none of them knew exactly what I did, but they were excited because they were caught off the emotion that my mother had and the way she was interacting with them. I have had a person before I came back to my table, and a lady said, I'm ready to get started. And I said, okay, what's your business? And she said, I don't have one. And could you imagine the look on my face? Because y'all know my facial expressions. I'd be trying to keep them in check, but it don't always work. But she wanted it because of the conversation that she had with my mom. So again, nurture these leads, get to know people, build relationship, because people buy off of emotion. If you can connect with people and they have a need for what you have, people will take a part of it. And being coaches, we provide, you provide transformations and solutions. Everybody wants a transformation or a solution. And if you have something that they need, then they're definitely going to take advantage of that. But they have to get to know you. And that's where that nurture comes in. That's where that, as I like to say, just love on them a little bit. Okay. So this is also a time, part of the way that you do that is that you're writing blog posts, you're writing newsletters, you are appearing on podcast or recording new episodes of your own podcast. You're showing up on social media, you're staying visible, but most of all, you're sending emails. Can I tell you that email marketing is still the number one converter of clients? I read a statistic the other day. It's 42% will be because of an email. So you want to make sure that you're writing emails to people so that you're keeping them engaged and that your name stays on the top of their mind. Because that's basically what you're doing when you're nurturing these people, is that sometimes people don't have the problem today. But as they go on, a lot of times people don't have the problem that I solve. I come in and help you when your business is growing and you need to delegate and automate and make things easier. A brand new business doesn't have that problem. But if they're constantly around and they see what I'm doing, when they have that problem, they automatically think of the bag. They automatically think of Yolanda. So you want to make sure that you're nurturing those people. And so when and if they have that problem, you're the first person that comes to their mind. Okay. I've been in rooms where people have said they followed a coach for years before signing on as their client. So just know that you're always sowing a seed into people who could possibly be years away from being your client. You're also sowing a seed into someone who, like me, I pretty much kind of know right away, like, okay, that's what I need. So just know that you are sowing seeds. And when you sow seeds, the harvest will come. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to just take 10 seconds and I want you to think about some of the names that you always see popping up. If you have an event, if you go live, if you are checking and people are commenting on your post, type yes in the comments if you can think of a couple names right off the bat. Like I can immediately think of 2 or 3 people who are always there when I do something. And I can't see if you guys are typing yes, but just know what I want you to do tonight after this is over is I want you to start a list with those names. See how many people you can get on that list. Let's shoot for about 15 to 20 people. What I want you to do is send them an email. All I want you to do is acknowledge their presence and tell them what you have coming up next and invite them to be there. That's simply loving on someone. Okay? So then the number 3 thing that you should do between your launches is secure your social proof. Everybody that knows anything about this coaching business is that your social proof speaks volumes. You can tell people all day what you do. You can tell people how well you've done it. But when somebody who has been your client steps in the room and they say, yes, she did that for me, that just makes your credibility factor multiply. Social media. So make sure that you're getting that social proof in between your launches. And what I mean by that is social proof and testimonials, they don't just come from clients. They also come from the people who were in the room but weren't ready. They also come from the people who were in the room and that's not what they need. But they still will be able to tell you how what you shared with them brought value to them in their business, brought value to their life. And that's information that you can use 2 ways. One, you can use it as social proof to show that what you provide does bring value. But you also can use it to figure out where you might need to make some tweaks and improve things. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, but it's a good one. So you want to take time, you want to ask for it. You will be amazed at what will happen when you simply ask for it. To give you an example, recently I tried out a new service. Anytime I have a service, I try it out on myself. I'm my best client before I give it to the world. So I wanted to automate my testimonials. Because face it, none of us have time to do all the things that we want to do. And so if you can automate something, let's automate it. So I automated a testimonial. I call it the testimonial machine. It's so funny. I'm gonna come up with a better name for it, but it's called share the tea, the testimonial machine. So I ask people for testimonials after they had a strategy session with me. And I was amazed by what people had to say. and you offer different ways that they can give you that testimonial. But I was truly, truly, truly amazed by the feedback that I received. So amazed that I had to get out my brag book. For those of you who don't know, a brag book for a CEO is that thing that you keep and you write down the things that you've learned. You write down a scripture that's going to get you through. You write down the kindest words that people have had to say about you, because you're going to have what are called see nothing days. A prior coach used to say that. She said you have see nothing days. Those are the days where it's just a little bit harder. It's those days where you're sowing and there's no harvest, but you just got to stick with it. And sometimes you need a positive word. And the best way to get that positive word is from yourself. So I call it a brag book, and I keep it. And on the days that it's a little bit harder, I pull it out and I say, you know what? If God did it before, He going to do it again. And I just keep on moving. So what they had to say was so nice that I wrote down some of those things and journaled in my brag book. So the social media, I mean, the social proof does so many things. I said it does two things, but actually that's a third thing. It's there to help me on the days when it's a little bit harder. So just to recap tonight, the three things that you can do during your launch layover are grow your audience. Excuse me, sorry, these allergies. Grow your audience, love on your leads, and secure your social proof. And you know what's the best thing about all of this? All of this stuff can be fix it and forget it. What's fix it and forget it? Fix it and forget it is that you do it one time and then it will do it by itself. Fix it and forget it is automating it. All three of these things are something that can be automated. It's something that you can have that's working and doing what it does, and you don't have to be focused on it. So let's get busy in between our launches so that we can make sure that the next launch event is just as successful as the last, even more successful, by just taking the time out to grow your audience, love on your leads, and secure your social proof. And remember, all these things can be automated. They can be done for you. You don't have to do them yourself. If that sounds good to you, write automate below in the chat. If you're catching the replay, put automate in the chat. Because again, your job as a CEO is not to work harder than you ever worked in your life. You become a CEO because you want to live life on your terms. You want to make your dreams your reality. So let's get busy. Let's get busy in between these launches, doing the things that need to be done. So thanks for coming tonight. Remember, drop automate in the chat if you're ready to start working on these things in between your layover. And also know that I am still going to be doing next weekend my back end in a weekend, where we design and this is the last time. This is the last time. It was so good the first time. We're going to be doing it one more time. It's going to be a remix replay, but it is the last time that it will be offered. I'm saying that because I'm saying it to you, but I'm saying it to me because my coach said it. She actually used a little profanity. If you know her, she uses a little few cuss words. She said it's the last time. No, yeah, we're gonna go with that. We're not gonna use. She said it's the last time, so it's the last time. So it is July 7th and 8th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. both days. It's a 2-day intensive. It's not just me talking, it's me walking you through the steps that you need to take in order to create those registration pages, sales pages, emails, social media strategy for your next launch event. So if you have a new service, a new product that you're going to be offering, and you need to have a launch event to get it off the ground, then let's get you all registered so that we can get that stuff taken care of, so that you can also get that automated. Because let me tell you, automation is key, especially in this economy. The more that you can automate, the less you have to hire someone to do. So if you can hire somebody one time and they can automate it so that it works on its own instead of having to pay someone a regular salary, don't that sound good? So Again, automate is our word in the chat. I want to thank you for coming. Just know that we will be back. I say we. Okay. I'll be back on Saturday, and we're going to go with part 3 of this series. And it's talking about all about the test. Test me. Yeah, test me. It's all about the test. So I look forward to seeing you guys all on Saturday. Bring a friend. Share this. If you found something helpful, please send me a message and let me know. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday. Remember, Saturday is also System Shortcuts. We'll be starting officially on Saturday, July the 1st. And there's going to be for most of the systems that we use, there's always shortcuts. There's always ways that we can be doing using them better. So we're going to start and kick that off on Saturday, as well as Saturday is the 1st of July. And if you know, like you know that you know, July is my birthday month and I celebrate the whole month. So I'm going to have some special announcements about some special things that will be offered during the month. So I look forward to seeing everybody here on Saturday. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.